The Sun is one of over 200 billion stars in our Milky Way galaxy, but it is our closest at 93 million miles away from Earth, almost the same distance as 4,000 trips around the globe. And despite that distance, its light only takes 8 minutes to reach Earth. It is only 4.5 billion years into its nearly 10 to 11 billion year lifespan. And though technically a medium-sized star called a dwarf, it is enormous, 900,000 miles across, and if hollowed out, 1.3 million Earth-sized planets could fit inside. The Sun accounts for 99.8% of the mass in the solar system, and it weighs 300,000 times more than the Earth. It is made up almost entirely of a superheated form of electrified and magnetized gas called plasma. The Sun packs enough gravitational pull to keep the planets from spinning off into space. And as Copernicus first suggested, it rules the center of our solar system with a iron fist. System's source of power, deep in the center of our star. Its core is superheated to 27 million degrees Fahrenheit and is the engine that drives it all.
Inside the Sun's core, the process of fusion is occurring, and that fusion process is giving off light and particles.
Every second the Sun shines, it releases the same amount of energy as 1 million H-bombs. The Sun's light is made of particles called photons, born in the core, then propelled by convection currents through the radiative and convective zones of the Sun. Eventually, they reach the volatile outer layers of our nearest star.
The Sun's outer parts consist of 3 regions. There's the photosphere, or surface of the Sun, and it's not really a hard surface like that of the Earth. The Sun is gaseous throughout, and the temperature of the photosphere is around 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Above the thin layer of the photosphere is another thin layer called the chromosphere, and the chromosphere is slightly hotter than the photosphere, which is counterintuitive because you would think that as you go away from the source of all the energy and heat, the core, that temperature would drop. But in fact, the temperature rises from the photosphere to the chromosphere, and it gets even hotter as you rise to the third layer of the atmosphere called the corona.
And then beyond the chromosphere is a large, tenuous, extended region, the corona, which is millions of degrees.
The Sun produces a continuous outward flow of energy called the solar wind. Constantly blowing, it carries energy out into the solar system, extending our Sun's reach 9.3 trillion miles, well